Hi guys, we've got another list in, and this time it's from Magpie, and it's the Grey Knights, something I know about, hurrah!
Yeah, we like Grey Knights.
Yeah.
Now that they're friendly.
Now that they're not quite as punchy as they were before,
Yeah.
but Grey Knights are still good. But
Everybody comes with a power weapon.
everybody's got a
Cannot be
power weapon.
sniffed at.
No, certainly not. You know, if you're facing another unit of Space Marines or something who've all got power armor on, they don't want to see any of those power weapons at all.
No.
And of course we've got our favourite side cannons. So let's have a look and see what Magpie has put into his list. Although he has qualified this as he's a list that he's working on. So when we tear it apart, we understand that you're only working on it.
We
so
shall
don't worry.
finish your work for you.
That's it. So here we go. The HQ choices are 2 Ordo Xenos Inquisitors with rad grenades, servo skull, power armor, and they're upgraded to psychers who've taken divination.
Oh yes. See, the only downside is you can't have 4 of them.
That's it. There's elites then are an Inquisitorial Henchman Warband, which consists of 3 Crusaders randomly, and a Tech Marine who has blind grenades, rad grenades, and a servo skull.
So no psychotropes?
No psychotrope grenades. No, I haven't seen any psychotrope grenades. For troops, we've got 3 Grey Knight Terminator squads, all of which are the same, just the way we like it. No, it's spam it.
Spam works, guys. It may not be interesting, it may not be fun.
That's it. If it's good,
but it works, and it's also idiot-proof, so you can't get stuff wrong.
If it's good, spam it. Okay, there are 3 Terminator squads with Seibold ammunition. There's the Justicar with the halberd. There are 2 Terminators with demon hammers, 1 with a psi cannon and halberd, 1 with an incinerator and a halberd, and 5 just with halberds. And finally, for heavy support, there's a Purgation squad, which has a teleport homer and 4 Grey Knights with psi cannons.
I take it the teleport homers to deep strike your Terminator somewhere near the Purgation squad.
But the Purgation squad they're going to have to start reasonably far back and have to move up the field to use their psi cannons, and they're only in power armor. I don't know.
No, I don't fancy risking them.
Here's the big
for that
thing.
Business.
In an army, they can take Terminators as troops. Your ordinary guys in power armor start to look. They have to bring something to the table. Like
the Terminators
like Purifiers do.
Yes, Purifiers bring lots of psi cannons, fearless.
Yeah, well, these guys bring more psi cannons, but they don't. They're not quite as good.
No, they're not. They have that astral aim, so they don't need a line of sight to shoot at something.
Well, let's start at the top. See these Ordo Xenos Inquisitors, right? Ordo Xenos. Remember, these are the guys that they send in to fight Tau. So they're not really as the combat veterans that some of the other ones are.
Yeah.
If you drop out these 2 Ordo Xenos Inquisitors and the Inquisitor Henchman Warband, it gets you 206 points. You get rid of your blind grenades as well from that Tech Marine, and you've got 211 for 220 points. That's 110 points each. You can have an Ordo Malaeus Inquisitor who has a Terminator armor, a demon hammer, psi cannon, and he's upgraded to a Psyker, and he has divination. I don't know which would you fancy?
Rerolls to hit in Terminator armor.
In Terminator armor with a psi cannon.
See, that's bulking up, guys. The one thing about Grey Knights is you take whatever you can and then you put as many psi cannons on them as you possibly can, because a psi cannon, if your guy has an option of buying a psi cannon, you have to buy him a psi cannon. It has to be in here in the fine print somewhere.
Yeah,
in this book.
basically,
they're great. They're monster weapons. They scare the crap out of me. They do.
Yeah, they're great. They're great across the board.
Yeah, rending, strength 7, Seibold ammo if you want for strength 8, but I don't think you even need it particularly.
Yeah, at that point, of course, you've eliminated your Crusader. You've changed out your Inquisitors for proper fighty Inquisitors who fight demons, not the Tau.
We don't see the point of 3 Crusaders.
No.
We're wondering, was this just leftover points, or do you have 3 Crusader models that you really want to get in your army? It doesn't work.
Yeah, they're just going to be standing about on their own with their power weapons.
They're not troops.
Storm shields.
This is the thing that's possibly happened. Inquisitors don't make you troops. It's only Cortez, isn't it, that makes you troops. So they're doing nothing for you, and they'll die if a guardsman farts in their direction.
Yeah, again, one of the things is, for that 45 points, you could have got a clatter of just the acolyte, the warrior acolytes instead. He would have done much the same job for you and done a wee bit of shooting as well.
Yeah.
And for the one turn that somebody shoots a big blast or something at them, it's a turn that's not the proper Grey Knights aren't getting blasted.
It's like the old rules out of the ogre book. Nobody likes nobblers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
nobody likes these regular little guys. They're just wounds.
I see warrior acolytes for Grey Knights are just brilliant across the board. They're brilliant. You can give them hotshot las guns, and suddenly they're doing AP3, and Marines are going, where did these guys come from with these AP3 shots? This is ridiculous.
They're like Stalin with the Ukrainians. It was just send them in. Them other guys with machine guns.
Yeah, more than
and
more
you
than
have a rock.
And loads. You have them all stand at the front with just their las pistol.
Giving cover saves to your Terminator.
exactly.
Your Terminator doesn't need it, but give them a cover save.
All across the board, they're like the Swiss Army knife of everything you want.
I tell you
cheap.
I tell you what you use them for, to give your opponent the false sense of security. I've killed lots of guys, but they all cost 4 points each.
I love the fact that the henchmen guys are all based on basically what is the Dark Heresy role playing game, and that's exactly what happens to them. They get sent in to die.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not feeling any of them. We get beyond our rant on henchmen.
Exactly. The Tech Marine really isn't doing much for you, so we'll come back to him because he's getting dropped, I think, as well. He's got nothing to repair. He's not bringing psychotrope grenades. Yeah. He's not bringing the orbital relay.
Or conversion beamer. I'd take Marine with either one of them, but it gets expensive. He's heading on for 150 points, and that's too much.
That's it. Well, he has got rad grenades, but rad grenades are useful, but psy cannons are better.
They're all right, rad grenades, but
anyway, like Grey Knight Terminator Squad. Okay, here we go. Seibold ammunition.
No.
If you've got divination and you've got rerolls to hit, Seibold ammunition is nice.
Strength 5 shooting off regular guys off their storm bolters. It all sounds good, but I don't think you need it.
Just hitting more often is better.
Rerolls to hit.
Save those 20 points, and you can buy a warding stave for your sergeant.
This is it.
Now we get into something that's.
This is one of the first things that come up to me whenever I start looking at Grey Knights in 6th edition. You can buy your character a 2-up invulnerable save in close combat. All them chaos dudes have to challenge you. Yep. You challenge all them big fearless characters. Are all coming in and going, oh, well, you've got a 2-up vulnerable save. Abaddon isn't going to like fighting you by any means at all. Your sergeants Justicars cannot leave home without their warding stave. It's like not putting your boots on. You cannot leave home without a warding stave because it's immense in combat. It would actually come to the stage where I was looking at this comparing to my army and I was going, I'd have to refuse his challenge because it's no point fighting him.
Yeah.
It's not.
Exactly. The warden stave is such an advantage. Now, if you're not going to take a warden stave, then you can still take a sword, and the sword is still pretty good too.
Stave's just 20 points of
wood.
20, it should be called a warding wound rather than a stave. Because
that's it.
You shouldn't leave home without it. All this challenge.
It's a force weapon, not all as well. So
the thing is, the likes of Mephiston comes into you and goes.
I think it's AP4, mind you, but it's still.
Likes of Mephiston or somebody comes in and goes, "Will you challenge him straight away?" And then you go, "I get lucky. I wounded you. Pop, you're dead now. Mephiston's got equal chance of winning you as you have a win him.
Yeah.
Except for the number of attacks.
That's it. So you can for 20 points you can get a warden stave. Of course, now if we're going to. This unit can buy 2 psi cannons and it only has 1 psi cannon.
Yes. Why do you only have 1 psi cannon? I don't understand this. Convert something to make a psi cannon. When you have the option to buy it.
Yeah.
2 psi cannons plus an Inquisitor in one of these units is 3 psi cannons. That's 12 shots with rerolls to hit with rending. You need that second psi cannon.
Yep. The incinerator, while it's nice. Remember,
it has its uses.
It has its uses. It can do a wee wall of death. It can maybe hit a couple of guys.
I would either have 2 or have none.
All those guys have storm bolters and all as well to do snap fire with.
And re-rolls. Remember, divination, re-roll to hit, re-roll to hit.
But anybody who's charging you, they're charging into a unit that's got Terminator armor on and all have power weapons.
Yeah.
It's
the other thing with this unit,
they have to really be expecting to win if they're charging you,
Charging that unit, I don't see, even my stuff is not going to particularly charge you too early on. I'm going to try and whittle you down
first
from the shooting.
And let's face it, these guys are going to drop in somewhere and they're going to open up with all those side cannons, and they're like, really
drop
rip
and they
something
just
apart.
walk across the board.
Yeah.
You know, because I have did armies with 30-odd Terminators, and you can afford to walk. You can't. The other power weapons wise, guys, for me, I would have at least 5 of them having hammers.
Yeah, there's two hammers in here at the moment, and all the rest have halberds. I don't know whether halberds are worth it anymore, really. It used to be that they were great whenever they give you no armor save. Now most guys are going to get
against other Terminators. Are getting an armor save against you. If you're fighting Storm Shield, Thunderhammer, Termaze, you might as well be going initiative 4, slightly better invuln save, as going at initiative 5.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of swords, and you know, Darryl. Even in last edition, I was a fan of swords, and swords always consistently did it across the board.
It's hard
better save is
to work out what the halberds against. I suppose my Horde of Bloodclaws, the halberds is doing something for you, but are they doing enough? I don't know.
The thing that they're helping you with is they're helping you against the unit we were talking about before that wants to charge you.
Yeah,
that's what they're helping.
The high initiative stuff, but again, for me, they would be stuck at the front, and there'd be the guy taking the saves.
But the really high initiative stuff, the Eldar, the Dark Eldar, and all this, it's not helping you against those at all.
No,
you know, they're still coming in. They're still going to do all their attacks first.
Possibly,
and they're probably going to kill a whole lot of guys too.
What this is coming down to is lots of people have models with halberds stuck on them.
Yeah. I didn't stick halberds in mine the first time around.
Guys, hammers, yes, because then you can fight the other Terminators. You can take on vehicles. If anybody survives your hail of shot from the side cannons, you can run over and you can hammer them to death. Your AP2, you can take on all them big characters at that point. Although your sergeant's sitting there with Steve going, "No, you can't hit any of us."
Yeah.
At this point,
well,
so
I challenge you. I have 2 up armor save.
Lots of hammers are for me. I would possibly consider having the entire unit with hammers.
It's touch and go. That 4 up in close combat is it comes up more often than not, and
well, it should come up half the time, but
what I'm saying is that you look at it and you go, I'm never going to get into close combat. Of course you are. Yes, you're Terminator armor. You're going to get in there.
You're going to get
and
there.
Having 4 up against, those. When you think about it, the guys who you're fighting, maybe their sergeant has an axe, maybe one other guy has an axe for AP2.
If you're saving half them wounds that they put out on you, then you're doing, that's all right. Saving half, guys, and saving a third, there's a big difference. Because I always think a 5-up save is just hope. Yeah. Where a 4-up save is, half my guys going to live.
Yeah. And remember, you've got your, if you're buying the Ordo Malleus Terminator Inquisitors, they're stuck in the middle there as well for another hammer and another side cannon. So
exactly,
all rerolls to hit and all
may only be a strength 6 hammer, but still wounding other Terminators on a 2, and it's AP2.
Yeah, all great across the board. Yeah. The heavy support purgation squad, I would love these to be good, but they're really not.
You can only see the downside.
They get loads of side cannons.
Not loads. It's only 4. You can only have 4 in a unit.
4's enough.
What I think, and we've looked at numbers and whatnot, I think the Dread Knight has grown up and come of its age. Toughness 6, 2-up armor save, all them big characters with their funky special weapons that could deal with you previously, now can't. Yeah. The likes of Mephiston would go, I don't really want to go anywhere near you because you've got a 2-up save.
Yeah, it's only axes, it's only fists, it's only
likes of even Abaddon is going, if he doesn't kill you in that first round of combat, when he's strength 6, if he gets the charge, any time after that you're going to be handing out some pain to him. Even the likes of my Logan Grimnar is going to go, this is a bit painful, I'm going at initiative 1. I think it's the time of the Dread Knight.
They also get a really, their cheapest weapon they can buy, their cheapest range weapon is their big Incinerator that does a shot like the
the one, a spurt or whatever. It's 12 inches forward, and then put your template here. We're working out the points here, and if we dropped our Purganation squad and dropped our Tech Marine, their pointless Tech Marine, you could get 2 of these in with the minimum. The problem is
not the non-upgraded version.
The non-upgrade.
I don't see a point, by the way, in taking any of those upgraded weapons either. You see, like the Thunderhammer and because you're getting Dreadnought close combat weapons with those Doomfists and their Nemesis as well. So
all the thing the Demon Hammer's going to do is somebody is going to knock them down to initiative 1, But if you survive against the knockdown to knights of 1, you're not going to like it anyway. All the other things, the great sword.
The two Dreadnought close combat weapons as well give him an extra attack.
Yeah.
Which he's losing if he changes to another weapon.
Doomfists is great. I would like the Incinerator, but I think at 30 points is
steep.
It's of its points, I would say. It's not cheap, it's not too expensive, but they've balanced it. See us here, 2 of them at 130 points. Get rid of that Tech Marine.
Get rid of the Purgation Squad.
Get rid of the Purgation Squad, because at this point, if you followed all our other stuff, you have your points for your side. You're having what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 side cannons across the board here, and these 2 big dudes will deal with all them dreadnoughts and all that other business relatively comfortably. They will 4 wounds, 3 attacks, 4, 5 attacks on the charge, unless that 2 weapons is built into its profile, unless that's an FAQ, which I don't think it would be.
I don't think they are. No, they're dreadnought close combat weapons.
Yeah, so possibly, most likely 5 attacks on the charge. Even if it's only 4, it's weapon skill 5. It's hitting most other dreadnoughts and a lot of them big beasties on 3s. 2 up armor save. I just think Dread Knights have got their day. Pull that orc back out of your Dread Knight and put
a proper Grey Knight in it.
Put a proper Grey Knight back in that boyo, because I see a lot of pain for a lot of characters for this. Even down to like your Vulcan Histan and whatnot will go, please stay away from me, Mr. Dread Knight.
Yeah. The one downside with it is, of course, you can deep strike the Dread Knight to get him closer.
Yeah.
But if you're just the basic Dread Knight, you've nothing to shoot. So you're basically standing there for a turn. You only really want to deep strike one of the guys that has a decent weapon, especially the guy who's got the Incinerator. Deep striking that
possibly
guy can be really tasty against a soft unit.
If you could jink your points around a little bit to get an Incinerator, but generally whenever we're finished with army lists, they're all squished into, they're all bursting around the edges. You can't afford another melta bomb anywhere.
That's it.
But
that's it. One thing to note is we don't have any melta bombs on this, but then there are hammers and things about that'll do all that stuff. So
you can make most of them hammers strength 10. You've got your 2 Dread Knights. If the other person's daft enough to turn up with a Land Raider, you go, I dare you to come to my side of the board.
Yeah.
Okay, if the 10 Psy Cannons fail, 10 Psy Cannons, 40 Psy Cannon shots fail, our Dread Knights will run up and say, hello, Mr. Land Raider.
Tip you over.
Yeah, tip you over and shake you.
That's it. Well, there you go, guys. That's some of our thoughts anyway for Grey Knights. Looking at that list, it's a solid list, but there's better stuff in that Grey Knights book. There really is. Once you start looking at some of the figures, and once you start looking at some of the stuff you can get, they're really
the core of what you have there is good. It's just tweaking them little bits around the edges makes it goes from being a nice to being a good army.
Yeah, being something serious. Again, if you come up against something that's not ready to deal with half that stuff, not ready to deal with 10 side cannons worth, so 40 shots, all, most of them re-rolled, most of them getting rend in and all that.
Exactly.
Suddenly it's a whole host of pain for someone.
The other thing, just to get back on my favourite Dread Knight, sticking grenades onto him. He's got 2 up.
That's it, 2 up for it.
So it all works across the board, guys.
Yeah. All right, I think we've waxed lyrical enough about Dread Knights and about Grey Knights. Guys, if you have any ideas about Grey Knights, then certainly drop some comments below and tell us all about it. If you've got a cool Grey Knights list that you want to send to us, then send it in as a suggestion. We'll get on, we'll look at some more lists. And guys, if you have lists, remember to send them to us, because we love reading them, even if they don't get on the show.